Why won't Verdansk play like the original? Well, here I am today to tell you why the Verdansk won't play like the original, but it can do with a couple of changes. Now, in the background, I do have some OG gameplay of me dropping 41 kills with the boys back in the day when I first started my career in streaming and competing. So if you guys want to carry on watching a video after I finish speaking, I will keep the video carrying on playing for a couple more minutes so you can see out the gameplay. But first of all, I want to kind of talk about how the cars have a massive impact on how Verdansk played. Now, if you played the original Verdansk, you'll know that the cars were very, very fast. Especially the Humvees, or you know, the four-wheelers you want to call them. They allow you to get to point A to point B very, very quickly. Now, the beauty about Verdansk is that it had really quick rotations and that you could get to point A to point B really quickly without the need of anything like a balloon or, you know, anything crazy to kind of get you there. Now, that is the beauty about Verdansk. The map flow made it so great, but the cars made it even better. You know, you had the four-wheelers, like I said. You had the big trucks, i.e. the big Berthas. You had the helicopters, which were really quick. Now, again, if a lot of you did play it back in the day, you'll know that all those chopper races to the hotel, the hotel, the hospital, scrapyard, they were all just quick off the rip. Everybody landed to try and grab the helicopter, and then you'd get up in the air straight away and you'd down 1,000,001 people in the sky and get those quick, easy, cheap kills. That was the beauty about Verdansk. That's what made Verdansk so fun and true and so arcadey. Now, obviously, that's one part. Now, the next part is the gunplay. Back then, it was a lot easier to shoot. You know, I would argue that with a Black Ops 6 on the horizon, we played the beta now. We've kind of got to see what some of the guns are like. Now, a lot of the guns do require attachments to kind of allow that weapon to kind of laser a bit better. I do personally think that the gunplay is going to feel very close to how the Cold War integration felt. So the DMR, the M16, the AUG, the MAC-10, the CM59, I believe it was, and all those other ARs that kind of added to the game. I personally think that the gunplay will feel very close to it, but the original OG Verdansk with the Kilo, the AMAX, the MP5, the MP7, I don't think we're going to kind of get that gunplay feel. Like I said, it's two completely different games. Now, I wouldn't say that's a bad thing. I do personally think that the Cold War integration added a little bit better gunplay. In my opinion, that was my favorite part about Verdansk, was the Cold War integration. Having those DMR weapons, having those MAC-10 weapons, yeah, they were very overpowered, but they created good memories. They created great times, and more importantly, in my opinion, you know, the gunplay was definitely a lot more balanced back then. You know, nowadays you have all these 1,000,001 attachments, and it just kind of almost causes hyperinflation in the game. Almost, you know, we've got 60 sites. Actually, I think we've got more in the current state of Warzone 3. I think we're actually touching maybe 80 to 100 sites. It's absolutely ludicrous. We've got 20 different ammo types. We need to dumb that down majorly. And then moving on to next, it's kind of like a movement style sector. What I mean by movement, I don't mean the slide cancelling. I'd actually argue that the actual core, the fastness of gameplay back in Verdansk is probably a lot slower than what it currently is now. Not to say that it's cracked and all this type and the other. You know, Black Ops 6 is going to be adding the whole ability to be able to pull out your tactical knife. So on PlayStation, for example, you could double tap your knife button and it'll bring out a knife that allows you to have a limited attack sprint. As opposed to that, you can also run a perk, so you don't need to pull out a knife and you can have a limited attack sprint. So, you know, I don't think it's going to play a lot faster. What I think is going to change is, like, you know, you got balloons in the games now, so we've got those portable RBDs, which you can throw on the ground, and you can literally pop a balloon and you can land on top of people's heads, right? You've also got the little propeller things. I always forget the name of them, but you can kind of like shoot yourself into the air and kind of push a building, right? Now, in the OG Verdansk, we never had balloons. We never had any of these portable, you know, portable things that allowed us to move out the map quicker. We had helicopters, we had cars, and that was it. That was literally all we had. I believe they added a motorbike into the game at one point, but that is literally all we had back in the day. So the movement is going to change massively. It's going to... I don't think it's going to make the movement worse. I actually also don't think it's actually going to play a lot worse. I actually think it's going to make the map pacing even better. But yeah, again, it's not going to play like the original. Keep that in mind. Again, a lot of people will kind of be going into it thinking, oh, we're going to get the OG Verdansk because it's not going to play the same. Yeah, but that is because the movement's the core movement is definitely changing. I'd say it's evolved. I think back to what it was back in the day, it was definitely a lot slower, a lot more clunkier. You know, you're watching the gameplay right now, and throughout the video, you're probably realizing the movement kind of did look a little bit clunky. It looked a bit slow. And I think that the movement's kind of moved in a positive direction. Now, moving on to the last thing that I kind of want to talk about is the Gulag kits. Gulag kits is something that definitely needs to be changed massively. We play BR Battle Royale because it's a Battle Royale. You know, you have one life and you have the ability to buy back your teammates. Resurgence is almost the respawn game mode, and it's like the multiplayer Warzone hybrid. But BR, like the original BR, needs to stay true to its elements, in my opinion. I think it's very important that Call of Duty acknowledge the fact that the people that want to play Verdansk are going to want to play what it's like back in the day. And that means no Gulag kits, no redeploy tokens. I think it's very important that they don't have them in the buys as floor loot or anything like that. It allows people to kind of have 1 million or more lives, and then it makes it so that you don't value your life as much. And it kind of becomes this pit of just respawn hell. And it doesn't become like a BR, you know? You know, redeploy flares, I'm not too opposed against, because with the backpack system getting implemented, I think that it's going to balance it out a little bit more. You know, you can't buy redeploy flares. You can only get them in really high lootable areas, or get really lucky in like loot cabinets, or, you know, really clean crates or anything like that. So, you know, no team's going to be carrying around like 8, 9, 10 flares like they were and they're currently on the current game. Now, how do we fix these issues? Right, well, there are kind of simple things, you know. With the cars, all you got to do is buff the movement speed, make the alertness, the responsiveness of them a lot quicker. I think that's a really simple fix. I honestly think that if they just went back to the OG Verdansk vehicles, I don't think they'd have much of an issue. You know, adding penalties to attachments so that, you know, even though the weapons are too easy to shoot, that you kind of think about your attachments. Also remove the Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3 attachments. Yeah, keep the Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3 weapons, but allow the Black Ops 6 attachments to be backwards compatible for all the weapons. Removes the hyperinflation. It removes all of this, oh, well, I've got 50 sides, I've got 100 sides. Which one do I use, guys? What are you using, mate? What are you using? What side are you using? It removes all of that. It allows you to pick whatever you want the best. Now, obviously, the balloons things and the movement, you know, there's argument for both for and against. I see both for and against as well, to be honest with you. I'm very much sat in the middle with it. I would like them to kind of release the game with the balloons in the game, or as opposed, maybe release it without. And if it becomes very slow and the pacing's quite slow, then add the balloons to the game. I don't personally think Verdansk needs balloons if they buff the vehicles, but if they do not buff the vehicles, I personally think they need to keep the balloons in the game. The vehicles are, you know, you only really use, you know, LTVs and helicopters in the current state of the game. You don't really use many other vehicles because they're so slow and unresponsive. So as a result, you kind of have these big balloons in the game to kind of help with that whole process. So, you know, I'm still stuck in the middle with it. I'd like them to see we're both with and without, so we can see what we prefer the most. And then to fix the hyperinflation of life, remove the Gulag tokens, remove the redeploys, make the flares a lot rarer, and obviously with the new backpack system in there, it almost balances out the redeploy flares as it is. So they've kind of done they've already done one step in the right direction of removing the hyperinflation of life. Now remove the Gulag tokens, remove the redeploys, and keep the flares in, but make them a little bit rarer, or keep them the same drop rate, but make sure you can't buy them. I personally think that's going to be the best for the game. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. It'd be cool to know what your guys' thoughts are. You know, Verdansk coming in Q1 or Q2 next year. You know, my prediction is March for the 5-year anniversary. But again, let me know what you guys think for those changes, for those opinions as well. And until next time, guys, I'll see you guys later.
Win this game. This could be a game for gameplay, by the way, Cap.
Oh, I know, I'm on 75 kills.
I know, you can break 100 here, by the way.
I know.
See up. I'll try and hold B. No, we lost B. Okay. Hold it.
Oh.
We need to cap B if we want to win this game.
Can't even get out of spawn, mate.
That's it, I'm struggling. I'm caught in this corner. My bloody move.
We got B, nice, good shit.
Oh, Adam Sandler needs to piss off, man.
Let's
Movies are
get taken
shit.
back straight away.
Whoa, lag? What? We're
Yeah,
losing B.
I'm getting mad lag.
Oh, I can't aim. I can't aim. I'm awful.
Losing A. We've taken the lead. Stay on task.
Losing B, going back left
Chat, I'm
forward.
gonna try and get a C.
They're on B. They've got B.
Put about 10 bullets in his head. Don't know, he's not like, dead.
We need to cap B again, boys.
Taking Bravo.
Hop on it if we can. Got B.
Lead is ours.
Let's go, boys.
Taking C.
They're on it again. If we,
Losing
they're on A
B.
as well.
B.
Losing Bravo.
Oh, we're losing B again. We need to clear
Yeah,
that.
I'm stuck in a spawn trap again.
Hold your
See.
position. Hold the line, Crimson. This is ours to lose. We're losing.
He's in the
Alpha.
same corner on B. Nice, that was huge.
Oh shit.
One shot Adam Sandler on B. Yeah, we win, boys. Well played. GG's.
Bravo.
Good comeback, lads.